Hey guys, it's Jenny. This is a new video I'm doing today about how to teach English in Korea. I've been getting asked this question like so much, so it's time to make a video about this because everybody wants to know. The most important one, you have to be a citizen for one of these 7 countries: Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, I can't hold it, the UK, and the USA. You do need a 4-year degree. Doesn't matter the major that you have, you just need to have graduated from a 4-year university and get a bachelor's degree in whatever major. Doesn't matter, doesn't have to be teaching. But if it is teaching, you are above many applicants because it shows that you have experience and you're very educated to teach and stuff like that. So teaching is a plus. I've seen so many jobs pay like $100, a few $100s more than what I get paid just because they have a teaching degree. So if you have a teaching degree, you can come to Korea. You don't need to be TOEFL certified. You can be TOEFL certified. I feel like it is a plus. But you do have to be TOEFL certified for public schools, but for private schools, which I didn't know about until recently, you don't have to be TOEFL certified. But depending on what you, with your research and stuff, public or private, you never know. You might like one or the other better. So I feel like getting TOEFL certified was definitely worth it. I got certified with the International TOEFL Academy, and I feel like it definitely prepared me and gave me so many networking tips that I feel like I wouldn't have had before if I didn't get it. If you do go public, you do need to be TOEFL certified, but you have to have about 100 hours of that online course. I actually have my recruiter from the TOEFL Academy, her phone number, her email, and an application form if you want to talk to her. I can put that in the description below. Tell her that I recommended you. She's amazing. She didn't pressure me at all to pay for my TOEFL. I started talking to her in July of last year, 2018, and I didn't pay for the course. And I was asking her like crazy questions like every month until February 2019. So like 7-8 months later, I finally paid for this course, bothering her and stuff because I'm broke B. Like, I don't have money. I had to wait, to get some money together to pay. But I did it in a way so when I graduated and had a TOEFL. It's my TOEFL. I received my TOEFL in July, but I wanted everything to be done, over with, and it's so doable. Like, you can definitely get your TOEFL and graduate at the same time. It's okay. It's only part-time. It's an easy course too, and they always have specials too about that. You do need about like 8 passport photos. They told me 4, but then when I got here, when I applied for my ARC, which is the Korean like foreigner visa, I needed like 2 passport photos, and then I needed a passport photo, I think, for the health check, which you have to get once you get here. So important part. So in order to be even considered for a job here, you need to have these documents. So when you're applying, or let's say, for example, I just graduated in May. I almost dropped my phone. I just graduated in May, and I knew I wanted to teach English since last year in July. Like, it was July 2018. I was like, I'm going to Korea in 1 more year. I don't care. But you need to have all these documents ready. So if you're fresh out of college, or if you've been out of college for 5 years and you want to teach now, or university or whatever, this is what you need. You need a FBI background check. It needs to be 6 months valid. You can apply for American citizens. I know you can apply online, but that process can take about 2 to 3 months. So if you're looking to teach in September, you need to start doing these documents in May. No later than May, even earlier, like April, you need to start. The FBI background check can take forever too. I actually did my FBI background check through Identigo, and I just went to, but I got an FBI background check from them and it was valid, and they sent it to me in like a day. I paid like $80 for it, but it was so worth it because I didn't want to like mess up or do something online. I don't know. I just was like, alright, I'd rather just pay the money. I think it was actually $50. It wasn't $80. It was only $50, and they did my fingerprints and a background check, and I got it in an email in like the next day or in 2 days, and that was like perfect for me. So I got a background check. You need to get that background check apostilled and notarized. That takes time too. So what I did was I used monumentvisa.com. I just uploaded those forms because I had like limited time, because I really wanted to apply for this job and leave by August. And it was late June and I just received my diploma in the mail. So if you're about to graduate, your diploma might take 2 months or 3 months to get delivered to your house. So you have to keep that in mind. You cannot teach abroad without that diploma. You need that diploma to be apostilled and notarized as well. So I got mine, I think for both was $110, but it was so worth it on that Monument Visa, because to get it apostilled and notarized to me was just like, what? I don't know how to do this stuff. And the place where I had to go was about 45 minutes to an hour away, and I had to go pick it up, and it might take 2 weeks, and I was like, I do not have time for this. You need to have these documents so they can hire you. You can head off, sign your contract, and everything like that. People here are quick. When I tell you quick, I think my first interview, I didn't have my documents, or I was like so happy that they emailed me. I waited a few days to reply. And when I replied to them, they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we already hired someone. I was like, you guys just emailed me like 2 days ago. Another thing that you do need is to have the clearest North American accent. I know I have a little accent when I speak, but just try to speak as loudly, as clearly as possible during the interview. They want to know that you're speaking good and stuff like that, just because like that, teaching the kids and stuff for them to understand you. Yeah, so speak loud and clear, have high confidence. Don't say or during the interview, like I don't know. Like after they ask you something that you totally don't know, don't do that. You will probably not get the job. During the interview, make sure you have a quiet space. My house is like so loud. I had to tell everyone to shut the heck up before I started my interview, because I was like, you guys all gotta be quiet, because no. But yeah, I interview in a quiet space, lit room, like this room is like lit, you know, so they can hear you, good Wi-Fi. You don't want any of that to like mess up your chances of getting hired. Another thing is, what I give advice is try to know what age you want to teach and what you're applying for. On your resume, you need to have like a good resume. You need to, if you had experience babysitting, you need to put that there. Even if it was like one time, you need to put that there. You need to put any experience you have with kids, if it's babysitting, volunteer work, even if it wasn't teaching. That helps a lot. I was babysitting before I came to Korea, and I taught English, and I wrote all of that on that resume. And I taught English before in Barcelona when I was studying abroad. So I feel like that put me above other applicants. Another tip I want to give is don't take the first job unless it sounds like really good, but do your research, check all the websites that there is about these schools. Try to find anything about it. If you can, I don't know, if you're on like the TOEFL Academy, you'll be like, oh, has anyone heard of this school before? People will give you like recommendations or what they've heard and stuff like that. 2, you can find a job through DaveESL. That's how I found my job. DaveESL.com has a lot of jobs all over the world, just not just Korea. And actually, I found one of the positions interesting, and a recruiter contacted me. It was a recruiter putting up one of the positions, and he had multiple interviews for me, and I had multiple recruiters. You don't have to have just one. There's also adventure teaching that you can apply with too. It's a recruiter. That's a good one. Yeah. So another tip too that I give if you want to teach English in Korea, on your resume, make sure that you have a very nice photo of yourself. Not like, people literally send like selfies and like, I don't know, smiling and like, no, don't send that. You need to send a picture that's like really professional. So where my picture, I went to a college fair before I graduated, and I was like, I need these professional photos done for my resume. Cute, professional, smiling. You have to be smiling in your picture, even if it's like a fake smile. They want to know that you're happy, approachable for these kids, you know? During your interview, you have to be very energetic. So I was like, hey, I'm Jennifer. You know, hi. I was like, hello, I'm Jennifer. You have to be very energetic. When they say, why do you want to teach in Korea? Don't say, I want to teach in Korea because I like K-pop, or I like watching K-dramas, or blah, blah, blah. No, that's not a good reason. And they asked me that during my interview. They're like, oh, you want to come to Korea because you like K-pop? And I was like, no, I want to come to Korea because I want to learn the culture. And they were like, what? I think that right there was like, we want you. Yeah, but a lot of the times during my interviews, people said that I look very happy. I look so, like, I don't know. They're like, oh, you're the happy teacher. Like, I remember I didn't get this other position because the start date was sooner than I wanted to start. And she told me, she actually contacted me recently and was like, if you want this job next year, just because of your personality, I will give it to you. She was like, tell me when your contract is done. If you want to stay in Korea for another year, you got this job. And I was like, oh, I got it like that. But yeah, I'm like so memorable, I think, because I just show like so much smile, and I'm like, hello, da, like, and I'm like giggling and stuff like that, and I think they just love that. I think they do. And you have to show that you just love kids. Like, another question that they usually ask too is, if a kid is misbehaving, what are you gonna do? So you need to think of like some like okay things to do. Like, some people write the kids' names on the board and mark it with a red check. Like, that's pretty appropriate to say. Don't yell at them or anything like that. But that question caught me off guard. I was like, I don't know what to do. So try to prepare yourself as much as you can. During my interview, I had notes written down. I had like a blazer. I was being very professional. I was like, I want to get hired for this job. Make sure you have to, Korea's like very conservative country, kind of, I guess, I don't know. But my hair color was okay for my interviews, but some people have like pink or purple, and I think that's like a don't. Some schools are okay with that, but some are like, no. Another great tip is when you're doing your interview, make sure that you're asking about the job. Like, seem so interested. Not asking about vacation. Like, all those questions are answered if you do get the job. But ask about like the school, like how many students are there, is my class small, big, do I have to lesson plan, is there another teacher with me, is there a co-teacher? Like, you have to ask a lot of questions like that. And they're like, wow, like she really likes this. And like, the interview is usually like with the head teacher, and then sometimes the second interview would be with the principal. Every school's different, so you never know. But just gotta be prepared for it, you know. You never know, but it's a good experience. The interview too during Skype was like so short. I was like, damn, that was like 15 minutes 15-20 minutes. I was like, that's crazy. All they do is ask you, introduce yourself, what's your degree, stuff like that. Introduce yourself, your degree, and why do you want to teach in Korea. It's like the first thing they ask. and then they'll ask you things like, oh, what is your teaching experience? So then you say any experience that you have volunteering wise, anything. I think that's all for this video. But if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I know many people were asking about how to teach English here, and they were really inspired that I did it. So I just hope this helps you out. And if I didn't answer all your questions, just comment below. I will reply. Or you can DM me on Instagram, forever.jenny. That's as well you can do. I'm always replying to people's messages. If you guys want to see anything else, just comment below. I'm trying to put more content out there. Just I've been trying to adjust, and I'm a procrastinator. But I love making YouTube videos, so that's why I decided to make one today, because I was like, girl, you've been holding off. But I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching my videos, and bye.